What's going on, guys? Two Wheel Pursuit back again, making a video today about how to do clutchless can't fucking talk today. Clutchless shifting on a motorcycle. And if you're wondering what clutchless shifting is, it means when you're shifting through the gears, whether it be up or down, without using the clutch, so without pulling in the clutch. Now you could do this with a quick shifter, and a quick shifter is pretty much going to have the same effect as doing this, as far as shifting up and shifting down, actually. But we're just going to focus really on shifting up without using the clutch. To do that, what you're going to do is let off the clutch, let off the throttle while you're riding. So right there you can see I used the clutch, but I'm going to show you guys how to actually shift without even touching the clutch. Now the way you do this is by completely letting go of the, not letting go, but completely rolling off the throttle. So you completely cut the throttle, and when you do that, you do it for a split second, and exactly when you do that, you shift up. Now I wouldn't necessarily recommend beginners, if you're new to riding a bike, I wouldn't necessarily recommend you do this, because you'll probably ruin your gearbox. But if you have some experience riding, then definitely give it a try. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to be riding along here, you're on the throttle, just riding along, and let's say I'm in second gear, I want to go to third gear. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off the throttle and push up on the gear shifter. That was actually a bit rough, but as you can see right there, I went into third gear. Easy. Go ahead and downshift. So, yeah, it's pretty simple. It just takes some practice, and the trick that I've found doing this is just don't be afraid of it. It's kind of an unnatural feeling at first, not using the clutch. If you've been using the clutch your whole life, or the whole time you've been riding a bike, but that's really all there is to it. Right now I'm in second gear, get up some speed here, I'm accelerating, and that's all there is to it. I'm in third gear then. Do it again, fourth gear, and you know, it gets smoother the more you practice it. So just get out, get some speed up, and practice shifting without pulling in the clutch. All you have to do is roll off the throttle, cut the throttle, and push up on the gear shifter, and then roll back on. Basically what you're doing when you do that is you're taking the weight off of the gears so that they can shift without using the clutch. At least that's my understanding. I really don't totally know the inside and out of how it works, but it definitely works, I can tell you that. Go ahead and downshift. So you can do the same thing for downshifting as well, but I'm not nearly as good at that, so I definitely don't do that. But when you're going to downshift, you have to do the same thing, except it needs to be more precise, because you're going to blip the throttle to whatever the RPMs would be that you need to downshift to, and it needs to be exactly that correct RPM for you to downshift. Otherwise you're gonna grind your gears. So that one I'm not nearly as good at, and it's really not, you know, either way it's not a big deal to just pull in the clutch and switch gears. But it's sort of a fun trick to know how to do. If you, holy shit, that squirrel almost died. God damn. It's kind of a fun trick to know how to do clutchless shifting, because you could just be riding along, shift up without using the clutch. I was talking earlier about a quick shifter pretty much does the same thing. So like I'm saying, when you're shifting up, and letting off the throttle, that's what a quick shifter does. A quick shifter actually detects when you're pushing up on the gear shifter, and it will cut the throttle without you doing anything to the throttle. It will cut the throttle for you for, you know, half a second, a split second, and in that split second it gives the transmission the time to switch into the next gear. So it's not actually, a quick shifter doesn't manipulate the clutch in any way. All you're doing is it's cutting the throttle for a split second, and gets you into the next gear. So that's pretty simple as well. Hey, what's up? CBR500R, I think that was. Cool. Yeah, guys, it's pretty simple. All you have to do is be on the throttle. I just did it right there. That was third into fourth, I believe. It's really, I mean, here, I'll do it so you can look at my my hand, and just like that, it's barely any movement. You're just cutting the throttle for a half second, and when you do that, you don't need to touch the clutch. So this is something I don't recommend you do all the time, but it depends how good you are at it, and, and how much you care about your gears. Usually I haven't heard anything bad about it, anything about it damaging the gears on the CBR500. I know some bikes don't like it as much, but this bike seems to be okay with it. Kind of do some research on your own bike and see if it seems to be okay. But yeah, I figured I'd just make a quick video for you guys explaining my understanding, at least, of clutchless shifting, and hopefully help you guys out. Hopefully this ambulance doesn't run me over. I know, bro, I know. What the fuck? That guy just... Get the fuck out of the way, bro. Goddamn. I know, right? What the fuck you doing? Gotta watch out for those crazy people in cars, man. Cutting off ambulances and shit. Alright, anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in a comment below, and I will respond to them as soon as I can. I'm gonna go around this guy, and I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, you guys ride safe. See ya.